welcome back to another tutorial. Hope you're doing great. Thank you so much guys for always coming back to watch my video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your support towards this channel. I really appreciate you all. I'm going to be showing us how to make this dress. It's a cut together with sleeve with a tie at the waistline. For this, I will be using 2.5 yards of fabric for this tutorial, 60 inches by length. So we'll go ahead and then fold our fabric. We'll start with the upper part, because there's a journey at the waistline. I have the fabric folded into two. This is the half length. So this is the front side and this is the back. So this 1 inch here is for zipper allowance. I'll be adding a zip to the dress. If you're using a stretchy fabric, I don't think you'll be needing zip. The half length is 18 inches. I'll be adding about 3 to 4 inches to it because I want it to have a little bit of drape at the waistline here. I'll be pleating the waistline. And 1 inch is for sewing allowance, that's 22 inches. Then for this side, you will measure from the back midpoint to where you want it to be. For this one I'm making is 33 inches, right from the back midpoint to where she wants it to be. I'll be adding a very long cuff here, so I'll minus 5 inches from the 33 inches. Yeah, 33 minus 5 is 28 inches, so I'll be left with 28 inches here. So this is 28 inches. So let's go ahead and place the measurement. The neckline is 3.5 inches. I will just mark 3.5 inches. Then the back depth is 1 inch, and the front depth is 3 inches. Because I'll be making a pleat here, I'll add extra 3 or 4 inches to the neckline. I'll place my tape like so, measure the 3.5 inches I marked out earlier so that I will know how many inches I'm going to gather. So I have a 5.5 inches here. That's 11 inches. So if I'm pleating it, I'll pleat it up to 11 inches. I added 4 inches to the neckline. And I will connect it like so. I'll first connect the back neckline. And connect the front one. So I will go to this side and then mark 1.5 inches for shoulder slope. I will connect the shoulder slope to the neckline here. So right from here, I will take the arm opening. I will be making a pleat here. Around sleeve is 9 inches. Divided by 2 is 4.5. I will times the 4.5 by 2. That is 9 inches. I will make it 11 inches. So I will go to the waistline and place the bust measurement here. Because I'm making a gather here, I will divide the bust measurement by 4. And add about 5 inches to it. Her bust measurement is 40 inches. Divided by 4 is 10 inches. So I'll add 5 inches to it. That's 15 inches. So this is 15 inches. So I'm adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. So what I'm going to do is to connect it from here. So from here, I will connect it to the waistline. So I will go ahead and cut it out. I'll cut out the back neckline. Cutting on the shoulder slope. I will cut out the front neckline. I will set this aside. We'll be cutting out the lower part. So this is the lower part. I folded the front and the back into two. This is the back, this is the front. So this 1 inch here is for zipper allowance. We'll go ahead and place the measurement. This is the waistline. From her waist to hip is 9 inches. I'm adding ½ inch for sewing allowance. That is 9.5 inches. So this is the hip measurement now. I will place a quarter of our waist measurement here, quarter our hip measurement here. And for the lower part here, I'll minus 1.5 inches from here and place it here. 33 divided by 4 is 8 1/4. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Her hip measurement is 41 inches. Divided by 4 is 10 1/4. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I will check what I have here. So I have about 11.5 inches here. I will minus 1.5 inches from the hip line and place it here. So I will place 10 inches here. I will go ahead and connect it. From waist to hip. Now we bring it down from the hip to the length. The dress full length is 42 inches. The upper part is 18 inches. If you minus 18 from 42, you'll be left with 24 inches. So I have about 25 inches here. I'll be using 1 inch for sewing allowance. The lower part is 24 inches plus sewing allowance is 25 inches. So I'll go ahead and then cut it out. I will split the back side open. So we'll be cutting out the tie. I'll be adding the tie here at the waistline. I'll be cutting out about 9 inches for the tie, right from the waistline to the hip line. And the length of the tie is 35 inches. So to cut it out, I fold my fabric into two like so. I folded into two because I'll be cutting out two. I will split this side into two. So I have 36 inches here, 36 inches for each side. So I folded into two like so. Then I will fold it again. I'll be cutting out about 9 inches. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is 10 inches. That's the length. Because I folded the fabric into two, I will divide the 10 inches by 2, which is 5 inches. I'll mark 5 inches here. This side will be wide. This side will be more tinier than this side. So you don't want this side to be bulky after knotting it. So from here, I will go inside by 3 inches. Now we connect it from here. Just curve it to meet this 3 inches, 3 inches or 2.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'll open it up and split it into two. We have 2 pieces here. So we are done with the cutting. What we are going to do is to put the fabric together. We start with the upper part. So this is the front part. So I'll go ahead and gather the neckline. I'll gather it up to 11 inches. Remember I measured 11 inches. I'll use my gather stitch to gather it. I'll do the same thing for the back side. So we have 2 pieces for the back. Zipper allowance is 1 inch. I'll gather this side 6.5 inches and the other side 6.5 inches. I will gather the neckline and the waistline. I will gather the waistline to her normal waist measurement. Her waist measurement is 32 inches. So this side I will gather it up to 18.5 inches plus sewing allowance. I will do the same thing for the front. So guys, I finished making the gather. This is the waistline. So I gathered these up to 18 inches. And this is the neckline. I gathered the neckline up to 11 inches. So are you facing to turn the neckline? I did the same thing for the back side. This side is too shiny. She don't want this side to be the right side. So I'll be using this less shiny side for the right side. So this is the back. I gathered the back neckline up to 6.5 inches and 6.5 inches because of zipper allowance. It's supposed to be 5.5 inches. So next is for us to attach the zip to the back side. I will take my 1 inch zipper allowance, attach it here. So after I've done that, I will join these to the lower part. This is the lower part. I will turn it like so. Use 1/2 inch to join in here. And use 1/2 inch to join this side. I will do the same thing for the front side. I will join the back side first before attaching the zip. So guys, I'm done joining the upper part to the lower part. I've also attached the zip. This is the front part. So what we are going to do next is to join the shoulders together. I will lay the front and the back against each other. Right side facing right side. I will use 1/2 inch to join the shoulders. So I won't be joining the side now. I would like to pleat the arm opening before joining the side. So I will just sew the shoulder side. I will cut out the sleeve curve. I will be joining it here. So her round sleeve here is 9 inches and the lower part here is 7 inches. So I cut out this. This is folded into 2. I cut out 6 inches. I'll be using 1 inch for sewing allowance. Remember our cuff is 5 inches. So here is 10 inches. I added 1 inch for sewing allowance here. And this part here is 8 inches. I added 1 inch for sewing allowance also. So what I'm going to do is to use 1/4 inch to stitch here on this side, then turn it inside out. I finished stitching it. So I turn it inside out and then make a top stitch here. I make a top stitch around. Sorry guys, a clip is missing. I didn't know my camera did not record this part. That's the sleeve part. The clip is not much. I will still explain everything to you guys. This is the sleeve cuff after making a top stitch. So what you will do is just to pleat this arm opening. You pleat it to the measurement of this cuff, the sleeve cuff. After pleating the arm opening, attach the sleeve cuff to the round sleeve here. And for the tie, so this is the wide side and this is the tiny side. I reduce it to 1 inch. I cut out 3 inches before, but I reduce it to 1 inch. I use 1/2 inch to hem it on this side. I take 1/4 inch twice, hem this side, and use 1/2 inch to hem this side. So that's just the missing part. The clip is not much. So guys, I'm done attaching the cuff to the arm opening. So I left about 1 inch here and 1 inch on this side. So what we are going to do is to turn this to the wrong side. So we'll be joining the 2 sides together. So we'll turn it like so. Then attach this, the tie. I will attach this here. So I will join this here first before joining the side. I will bring this. I will take it like so. I will come down 1 inch from the waistline. 1.5 inch from the waistline. Attach it here. I will stitch it here. After stitching it, I will tuck it inside. Then use 1 inch to stitch this side. Remember, I left 1 inch on each side here. The sleeve band or sleeve curve will be open. I'm not going to be stitching it. So I will take the 1 inch on both sides, stitch it all the way to the downside. Remember, 1 inch is our sewing allowance. So I will stitch it from here all the way to the bottom side. I'll do the same thing for the other side. After I've done that, I will use 1 inch to hem the bottom side. So guys, here is the final look of the dress. So this is the curve. If you like, you can just make a top stitch here. Just here, just 1/2 inch. Just top stitch it here, so that this will lap the other one. We'll do the same thing for the other side. So this is the lower part. Please, if you're making this, if you're stitching this to this, make sure the wrong side faces the right side of this. Okay? So I will knot this here. Dress is very beautiful. So guys, I'm not going to be putting on this dress. It's not for me, it's for a client. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're here for the first time, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new video. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you in my next one. Love you. Bye.